it's really hard to look at yourself. You know, there's things there that are fucked up, you know. Defense mechanisms, lies. It can be a lot. It really can. It really can. Sometimes a person, and I say this from unfortunate experience, meaning I was the person who did it, but sometimes a person lies to get what they want, because it's like, if they don't lie, they can't get it. It's really challenging to look at yourself and see shit, right? See what would be considered filth, darkness, and try to figure out how to navigate all of it. When you discover that something that you do is abusive, it can be challenging to really sit with that, because maybe you've never really been able to see yourself as abusive. And so maybe, you know, when you finally are looking at yourself and you see that there are abusive characteristics, something in you kind of like shifts, and maybe you try to avoid it. Maybe you try to, you know, utilize a defense mechanism. You're defending yourself against reality, what's right in front of you. Oh, I have abusive behaviors, abusive tendencies. And, you know, it's fascinating because throughout my entire life, I have not really been so, like, attentive to looking at my shit. Not really been so, like, willing to go deeper. I learned recently in a professional setting that I was using laughter as a defense mechanism to kind of like mask the severity of something that happened earlier on in my life. It can be really hard to look at yourself. It can be hard to be the person in, you know, just I'm going to use the metaphor, you're in surgery, right? You're completely open. There's a lot of sensitivity there, a lot of vulnerability. It can just be really challenging to look at yourself. It really can. Especially when you didn't previously see yourself a certain way. Maybe you thought, oh, I could never be abusive. Or I could never be this way or that way. It's just not true. It's really not. And the more I sit with myself, the more I look at what I've done and, you know, defense mechanisms and all that stuff. I want to trade the defense mechanisms of laughter, put my fucking boots on and start walking into the fucking radioactive mud sludge with the toxins and the poisons, and hope that I don't get radiation poisoning while I look at myself. It's hard. It really is. It's hard to look at yourself. It's hard to open your eyes to the potential that maybe you do have behaviors that are toxic and abusive, and sure, you learned them from earlier on in your life, right? But I think that the most important thing to do is to dive into it rather than to be like, oh, no, 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 that's not me. No, I'm not. That couldn't be me. No, no. The behavior's there. The reality of the matter is there. There's nothing to run away from now, right? This has everything to do with lying to get what you want. But it also has a lot to do with stopping running away and sitting with the reality that maybe you're not who you previously thought you were. And abusive behaviors are abusive behaviors. They are red flags. They're not okay. They're toxic. They need to be attended to. All seriousness ahead, nothing to joke around about there. I'm not going to utilize the defense mechanism that is laughter to ha 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 ha, this is kind of scary that I might be utilizing patterns of behaviors that are abusive, ha ha ha. Like, no, like, that's, I'm just gonna say it for what it is. That shit's not cool. It really isn't. Abuse is not cool. When you lie to get what you want, it's not fucking cool. You hurt people. And it's fucked up. It really is. I'm looking at myself a lot right now, and I'm trying to remain open. I'm trying to not deflect anything, not avoid, not run away. There is pain. I understand that the energy of this video is probably drastically different from my other videos, but yeah, I'm looking at myself, as is healing. Healing is to look at yourself. Healing, to heal is to look at yourself. To heal is to be like, oh, shit. I thought it was this, but it's that, right? My intention as an individual is to become healthier. Throughout my entire life, I have utilized defense mechanisms, including, I believe it's a defense mechanism at least, but including lying to get what I want because I feel like I can't get it any other way, and maybe I'm just not supposed to have it. Or maybe I already do have it and I'm just blind to that. Maybe I'm looking over there when it's actually right here, But I'm looking at myself. And I'm learning to be okay with not liking what I see. And moving closer to just seeing it for what it is and understanding why it ever started to begin with, why it was ever there to begin with. Trying to not judge myself. And I'm trying to be gentle with myself. That's the journey. It really is. It's not always pretty. I was told that healing would come with tears of joy, but that's not always the case. Sometimes there aren't even any tears, because I don't know, but I'm trying not to judge myself, and I'm just trying to look at myself and just see what's there. And there's a lot.